So today was the National Inc. 5000 ranking reveal. What that means is that the Inc. 5000 went ahead and put together a power hour across the US so that companies such as ourselves, Redbird Realty, could find out exactly where we landed in the Inc. 5000, which represents being an independently owned company and fastest growing in terms of revenue over the last 4-year period. And so not only are we an Inc. 5000 company, an Inc. 500 company, but a top 200, so number 188. So we're super excited about that. So the journey, it's been long, a lot of hours, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but it's been rewarding. We've helped a lot of people along the way. I feel like we've made a dent into the real estate industry that I feel is a little old and worn out and a little tired right now. And I think Redbird Realty definitely represents a new, fresh blood, a new, fresh energy into the industry, and ultimately a brokerage that stands by its agents and that believes in agent profitability. So we allow our agents to keep literally almost 100% of their commissions. And so our model clearly is working, and we've grown and we've risen.
I took a big leap going from unemployed, turning 50, kids in school, bills to pay, and I did not know where my path was going to go. And speaking to Jeff for the time that we did at his office for that very first interview gave me hope, it gave me purpose, and it gave me confidence that I could do this, and that I had the support, and that I had the mentorship that I so was going to need to make this career a successful one in whatever I chose to do, however small or however big. And he never let up, and he always had words of wisdom, even when, in your darkest hour, when things aren't going so well, he always knew how to give us that confidence back. And that's what I felt always, is the support and the confidence that I could do this because he said I could. And he knew that we were in the same boat. He needed our support too, and our confidence to tell him, you're fine, you're doing fine, you're doing better than fine, you've delivered everything you said and then some.
To say that I started a company in early 2019, and little did we know a year later we would be facing a pandemic that none of us had ever seen before or lived through. And to know that we have maintained and created a prosperous business model, revenue-wise, growth-wise, numbers-wise, and to know that we've done that with 50% of those 4 years being in the heart of COVID, I think that maybe even says more than maybe other honorees in past years. So we literally built and grew a very strong name and brand that's proven, that's documented. And to have been able to do that during that time, I think is really what I'm the most proud about. But what I feel is just pure joy and pride in what the vision was and what I see it to be today and what it's come to fruition today.
I work with a lot of the very well-known brokerages, the nationwide companies and other small boutique companies, and nothing has the feel of family like this brokerage. Just knowing why Redbird Realty exists, Jeff and his father's passing, and that inspired him to start this brokerage. And the announcement that was just made today, 188 out of, an Inc. 5000, I'm sure 4.5 years ago when he started this brokerage. Of course, Jeff is ambitious and he has huge goals, and he has accomplished everything he set out to, and obviously, and then more with today's announcement.
A lot of people don't know this, but my history and my professional career before I ever entered into real estate was that of a social worker. And that was almost 20 years, 17 to be exact, but who knows, I'll round it up. But, almost 2 decades of serving the community, of helping people help themselves, of helping people learn to find resources and learn to better their lives and better their situations, right? And so being the chief visionary officer for Redbird, the president owner of the company, there's a certain level of pride that I have for the community that we serve in and that we work in, that to me will always be a part of the fabric of Redbird Realty. And so what I mean by that is that wherever we grow, wherever we expand, it won't always just be about agent count and we have a bunch of agents or we sell a lot of real estate. All of those things can remain true at the same time that we have figured out how to be a positive influencing factor in those communities that we are working in and thriving in and also supporting. So for us, there will always be a community involvement, and we always hope to be a part of the thread of that fabric, and that tapestry of what's going on in those areas, in those communities, in those cities that we go to. And at some point in the future, we will be Texas-wide. So I feel like our reach will be across the entire state. But for now, we'll focus on the ones that we're in and then the ones that we're going to. So community service, being actively involved in solving real problems, not just doing things because it might look good on camera or be a good political piece, but doing actual good deeds. That's going to be what Redbird will always be about.